This is a film that answers the age-old question, what if we actually ate food we liked at Thanksgiving instead of choking down a god-awful bird? I said it there.
He said it. He's going in hard with an honest opinion.
Well, guess what? We just watched Freebirds, and welcome back to another unfortunate case of movie. My name's SoulKeever.
And I'm Astrid.
And man, this movie is I'm misspeaking here, criminally underrated.
It's very good.
I
very much enjoy it.
I went into this expecting it to be really, really bad. We actually watched this a year ago because it got lousy ratings. It got terrible ratings, just across the board, panned. And so I was expecting an absolute train wreck. And then we sat down, we actually watched the movie, and it was really, really competent.
It's so cute.
I couldn't find anything to really criticize about it. Now, it's not going to win any awards or anything. It's not going to, blow you away totally.
Right.
But it's a solid, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 movie.
It's a good kids movie.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a lot of fun.
So I really don't know where all the complaints were. I feel like this is just a movie that got dragged over the rocks for being a movie that is a kids movie.
Yeah.
That's about the gist of it.
Yeah, because kids movies move fast.
Yeah.
And a lot happens in the first 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, the first 15 minutes of this movie are really, really bad shit.
They're wild. So I wonder if some people just didn't finish it because they're like, this is crazy. What's next? Space aliens or something?
It wouldn't surprise me, actually.
Right? And so then I wonder if they just gave up on it. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't like it.
What do you think this movie was going to be when we watched it for the first time?
All right. I'm trying to remember if you warned me about the time travel. Did you warn me about the time travel? I don't really
think I did. No.
I don't think you did, right? I feel like it's about turkeys trying to stop the first Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And so I didn't realize there was going to be the whole, backstory to this turkey that there was, or that it was going to be, this whole coordinated operation. I just thought some turkeys were going to be, in the woods, and, when the pilgrims were coming, they were going to go a-running, your basic cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry type of movie is really what I was expecting.
What I was expecting was that it was mostly going to take place on a farm or something. It was going to be like a ripoff of Chicken Run.
Oh.
Where all the birds are trying to get out of Dodge and get away from being slaughtered for Thanksgiving and all that.
Okay.
So needless to say, this movie went off the rails in regards to that.
Quickly, too.
I mean, right off the bat, what it actually was just this movie. Right off the bat, the lead character played by Owen Wilson, I don't even remember his name. The whole movie I was waiting to remember the lead character's name, and I still can't remember his name. So maybe that's a knock against this movie right there, that I can't remember any of the characters.
Because they just had regular people names. I remember the Turkey Freedom Front's name was Jake.
Yeah. They really need to go out of their way and call him Feather Stuff or Pexalot or whatever.
Camelot type names. Yeah. I would be down for that. Down for that.
Yeah, just stupid, catchy names that are hard to forget because it's a dumb cartoon. No one's gonna remember a bird named Ben. Right. It's true though. Yeah, you gotta go out there and come up with something ridiculous so people actually remember what you're driving at, man.
Yeah, basic bitch bird. The blue one. He's the blue bird.
Yeah, the blue bird. There's actually birds. These turkeys come in two different varieties. One is got a blue head. The other one's got a red head. And Owen Wilson's character is a little stringy bird. It's got a blue head, and he's the smart turkey.
Yep. And
And right off the bat, he gets pardoned by the President of the United States, no less. I was just looking at this going, wow, they're really jumping the shark fast, aren't they?
Right.
They get the President of the United States involved right off the bat? Good Lord, dude.
But first, this turkey had to, trash all of his fellow turkeys, right? He had to be turkeys are dumb. And then there's, a couple of scenes where they're, showing turkeys being dumb, ooh, corn. Or, look, guys. And they're, scratching their chins on, the coop, sides,
Yeah.
just being dumb like turkeys, right?
He spends the first 5 minutes talking smack about his coop
yeah,
mates.
and then he wonders why at night when they all huddle up, they won't let him in. Like, it's sad. And there's this one sad that just the scene that we go, oh, when like he goes to get into the little huddle, and this one turkey just takes his little feet and kicks him right out. Like, nope.
We
And
heard
he went
what-
back to being cold in the coop, and he's a skinny little turkey.
They heard what he said. They could hear him talking. It's not like he's subtle about it. He's just practically speaking into a foghorn.
Right. He's like, these turkeys, they're in love with the farmer, even though the farmer kills them. Oh, yeah, also, these turkeys don't believe with him when he's like, they want to eat us. He just thinks that they're taking him to, is it Turkey Paradise?
Yeah, they think that they're going to Turkey Paradise whenever the farmer comes out and picks them up.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no idea. They're completely oblivious to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow this bird has got an inkling what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know how he turned out to be the smart bird.
Right? Yeah. It's like, so it is, I guess, kind of like Chicken Run if only one bird in the Chicken Run coop realized what was happening.
Yeah. So I guess this is kind of a ripoff, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not a ripoff for very long because it pretty quickly goes into a completely new direction.
Right.
Like, our boy here, played by Owen Wilson, he gets the presidential pardon in a very literal sense.
Yes. Which is just out of nowhere, because I'm not even sure, like, there was no inkling that this farm was anywhere near, like, D.C.
No, it's like, what's the president doing? Is he going on vacay here? It seems like he's just stopping someplace on his way to Camp David, is the gist I got from this.
Right.
So the turkey gets the presidential pardon. He goes with the president and his family on Air Force One all the way to Camp David, where he lives a life of luxury.
Right. With the president and his, I think, narcoleptic daughter.
Because she keeps saying, I'm tired all of a sudden and falls asleep.
I'm tired now. And then she'll, like, pass out, like, literally just pass out.
Like, what is wrong with this girl? Is she just binge eating sugar all day long and having massive crashes?
Yeah.
Or is she just falling asleep at a moment's notice because she's sick?
Yeah, it could be that. It could be that she's having sugar rushes. Or because I feel like narcolepsy sometimes is activated by, like, excitement or stress or that sort of thing. And so it's always after something big happens, and then she'll be like, I'm tired now.
Oh, okay.
And she passes out. So I'm, like, legitimately wondering if this little girl is narcoleptic. I don't know.
President's got access to the best medical care ever.
He should, notice that his daughter keeps passing out in the daytime.
Should maybe take his daughter to the doctor and
Right.
get some questions answered. Just saying there, El Presidente.
Right? Take your kid to Walter Reed, you dumb fuck.
Stop writing speeches and watching West Wing for 5 minutes and take a look at your daughter.
Yes! Wait, was he watching the West Wing in that scene?
I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
Because there is a scene where the president's watching TV. And the turkey switches remotes. The little girl's pink remote for the big presidential remote with the seal on it, because the turkey likes to feel fancy in his robe while he's living the high life.
The president actually never goes to look for the remote ever again, even though the remote that he's got on the table next to his chair is not going to be compatible with the TV at all.
Right.
So why wouldn't he go looking, especially in his daughter's room where the turkey apparently is just lounging around eating pizza?
Right? Yeah, it's a little pink remote, so he's got to know. He's got to assume that was his daughter. And yeah, why? Okay, let's talk for a second about all the pizza that this turkey eats. Because we can't not. It's like he tastes it once, and then he's like all about pizza. And so then I thought a bunch of this movie was just going to involve this turkey eating pizza.
It almost did, except it didn't happen until the very end.
Right. And he makes friends with the pizza guy. Why is the pizza guy not weirded out by this? Okay, especially because we've established in this movie that these turkeys, like, can only hear each other. They can't hear other animals make real, talking noises. And then the people hear just gobbling noises. So this...
Yeah, when the turkey approaches a human, when we see it from the turkey's point of view, he's talking, he's speaking in English and all that. But then it switches abruptly to the human's point of view, and the turkey's just going... and he's reaching for a pizza, and it's gotta freak out that pizza boy who's who's gotta be on shrooms.
How is he ordering the pizza? Is he doing it on the internet? Is he feather typing it?
I have to assume. There's no other way he could be ordering unless he's like punching numbers into a phone on a voice messaging system or something.
Oh, press 1 for cheese pizza, and that's why he gets cheese pizza. And then, how did he come up with the whole... He's got like a secret handshake with this pizza guy Where they, like, start just, like, bumping foots. They wind up with, like, a whole, like, Parent Trap-style handshake routine.
I think that the pizza guy is just scarfing down medibles before he goes to work, and every time he goes to the door, he sees some shit like this. So when it's actually a bird, like, he doesn't even notice, because everyone else is a bird, too.
It doesn't faze him. I love that theory. I love that.
Whoa, dude. We got a secret handshake and everything, Scoob.
He's just kind of a Shaggy type guy.
Why does everyone gotta look like Shaggy?
Right? Right? And he's got, like, that hunched over, like, he kind of acts like him. It's a whole vibe.
Oh, I would have loved it if he'd be, like, the only one who could have understood the bird.
I would have loved it if he'd have gotten stuck in the time machine at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, the pizza delivery guy?
Yes! If he'd have wound up there with all these birds that do nothing but gobble.
Whoa, dude. I didn't bring enough medibles for this.
Right? And then he goes looking in the woods for, like, 1600 shrooms.
And then he just dies.
Yes, because that's a terrible idea to do.
You just want to kill off the pizza boy. What the hell? Yeah, there's an actual time machine in this movie. If you thought this went off the rails when the president showed up, there's actually a time machine. Because our hero here, Owen Wilson, who encounters another bird, played by Woody Harrelson again. I think you said his name is Jake. I don't remember.
Yeah, that bird.
But I'm pretty sure it's Jake. Yeah, he encounters this bird, and this bird's like Arnold Schwarzenegger huge.
Right.
And Woody Harrelson plays him. And he takes him on this long, eccentric quest to go find a time machine.
Yes.
Which you think, this bird is crazy. There's no time machine.
This bird escaped from the padded coop.
Yeah, the padded coop. And they go, he insists that there's a time machine. And the great turkey told me there's a time machine.
Yep.
It's like that.
And I had to find you, and you need to help me.
It's like this living meme of that guy who says, aliens.
Yes!
Except he's going, great turkey says there's a time machine.
Right. And he's got this doorknob. He's like, I have the great time knob.
Yeah.
It will protect me on my quest.
What the hell is the doorknob going to protect him from? Closed doors? I guess if you're handy, you can figure out something to do with it.
Right? And it's only one half a doorknob, so I'm not sure you can use that to open a door.
Well, I guess you could lob it at somebody.
You could. You could put it in your prison sack with the other doorknobs and start hitting somebody.
Time knob. You could tell that the great turkey on the other side of whatever this guy saw was just making it up as he went along.
It'll protect you on your quest. This time knob.
This time knob is going to be very useful to you. Don't ask any questions.
Right.
You'll offend the great turkey.
What's your name? I'm the great turkey. I'm the greatest turkey. I'm awesome.
But don't you have a name? It's Turkey.
Yep. Great. First name Great. Last name Turkey.
Of course, poor Woody Harrelson's character here isn't smart enough to actually ask any questions. I don't know what happened to poor Woody here, but it seems like he got hit in the head at some point. He's got his short-term memory is just shot. Dunzo. Like everything he forgets within the first 10 seconds of you asking him.
I think he's just paranoid. He's real paranoid, and I think he maybe just never sleeps. And it's making him crazy. Like,
he keeps forgetting the guy's name, Owen Wilson's name, once he encounters him. And he keeps
maybe that's why we do.
And he keeps forgetting all the points that he's making as he goes along, and he has to keep reiterating them.
He literally forgets what Owen Wilson's character's face looks like. He, tackles him and forgets that he's the guy he was just walking with. And then when he's like, no, we were just together, and he's like, a likely story. From a spy. He's nuts.
What's really weird is that as the movie goes on, this completely disappears from this picture. Like, after this initial scene, after they go to find the time machine, they do find the time machine, this never crops up ever again. It's never an issue when they go back to 16, whatever the hell the year.
Because I think he had a good night's sleep.
You might be right, but, the movie doesn't really address this. They kind of just sweep it under the rug.
He's like, this is an insufficient explanation.
It gets buried under a pile of bird feathers.
Yeah, it does.
They just kind of flutter it away, like, nope, 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 nope.
Yeah.
It's probably the worst case of writing in the movie, honestly.
Fair.
I think this movie is actually like a passion project of the director, because the director voiced a bunch of characters and he wrote the thing, I think, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then
he did, and I think he might have done some of the. I think he might have been the composer.
Oh my God, was he? Like he did. He did so much in this movie, and you realize, wow, how did he get all this big name talent?
Right, this guy. They saw that he was doing everything, and they're like, "How can we say no?" Maybe they were like, this is going to be the new Chicken Run.
Who'd this guy know that he's able to call in all these favors?
I don't know. I'm just glad he didn't involve Mel Gibson.
Oh, God. It would have made the movie either really good or really bad.
Really bad. Do we need 2 anti-Semitic chickens? No.
No. Wait, there was another one in here?
No, Mel Gibson was in Chicken Run.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot he was in Chicken Run. Oh, man.
That's why I brought him up.
No, you got me on that one. That was a my bad. I forgot about him being in Chicken Run.
Audience, are you old enough to remember Chicken Run?
I hope so. Chicken Run was only 20 years ago?
Right? Have you seen Chicken Run? Let us know. What do you think? I think it's funny.
I think it's a pretty decent movie. I mean, Mel Gibson, even though he's a pretty shitty human being, is actually a pretty good performer.
Yeah. Everybody.
Say what you want about him. He knows how to direct, and he knows how to act.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, okay, speaking of random big names in this, George Takei plays the Time Machine, which is cool.
Yeah.
I enjoy him a lot. And once they go back in time, things kind of slow down a little bit, right? Like, then the movie kind of finds its pace. But those first 15 minutes are wild. Wild.
They spend the rest of this movie, after they finally get back to 16, like the first Thanksgiving, I forget what the year was. They spend the rest of the movie kind of just going around, hanging out with other turkeys and trying to stay alive, is what the gist of it is, because there's a bunch of pilgrims who are very, very hungry because there's not a lot of food back then. Yes.
And there's this extremely fat, mayor of their little fort who is clearly eating all of the food. And he's like...
He's obese.
He's trying to avoid them, dipping into storage yet, because it's empty, right?
Of course it's empty.
Yeah, he ate it all.
He just had himself a big old feast. Right. Didn't tell anyone about it. Yep. He gave his thanks, and no one gets to give theirs.
Yep. He kind of looks like if you've seen the old Pocahontas cartoon.
Oh yeah, he did look like that guy. Yeah. That fat bastard.
General Raleigh, I think it was, right?
Yeah, the fat bastard in purple in Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this guy is. Mm-hmm. This guy's another fat bastard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that might be where they pulled inspiration, honestly.
I think I was making fun of him, too, for being such a fudge.
Right? You were. You're like, damn, everybody else starving. And then even the people in the other people in the fort were like, oh yeah, sure, you look like you're starving just like us. They knew. They knew. That's why they wanted to open up the stores. Be like, let's see how bad this situation is. How many of us are going to die? Then they point to the top of a hill, what happened last winter? That's last winter. And it's 15 graves at the top of a hill.
I think as he was walking back to his quarters, I said, go eat it up, fat ass.
Right? It was bad. You were mean.
It was me, but he had it coming.
But yeah, he was definitely eating all of their food.
He looked like he just had a little bit of mashed potatoes on one of his lips, I think.
Oh my God, yeah, no, he was definitely eating when he went outside.
A little bit of gravy on there.
Gravy and wine. And then he's like, we can make it 3 more days, till we open the stores, and one dude literally drops dead, while he's saying it.
It's like, what's this we stuff? It's that you guys gotta make it 3 more days.
Yup.
You can starve it out, you've starved it this long.
Yep. And it does a whole a pilgrims and natives dynamic and all, because all the turkeys in the 1600s are native.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And I don't know if that's problematic or not. I can't really speak on that, but I'm not sure it was. Maybe part of it.
It didn't really strike me. I didn't really think anything of it.
Nothing jumped out at me necessarily as being like, this is a really problematic representation. So that's hopefully promising.
Well, I don't know. There's probably
form your own opinions.
There's probably something here or there, but it's not enough to really write home about.
Yeah.
I think that from here, the movie was actually pretty normal, and they probably could have made an entire movie out of this entire segment where all these pilgrims are trying to hunt down these turkeys.
Yeah, and they got these real evil-looking dogs.
I did
not enjoy the representation of these dogs.
You kind of have to wonder why they went through all the effort of introducing all these devices like time machines and the presidential pardon and all that, just to get to this part of the story.
Right?
They Rube Goldberg their way into the story.
And then they Rube Goldberg their way out of it for no reason. Because it's like, okay. Steve the Time Machine is, we can remember Steve's name.
Yeah, we remember Steve because it's a stupid name for a time machine.
Yeah, it was an anagram for something.
Steve the Time Machine, voiced by George Takei.
Yep. So he's like in camo mode for most of the movie. But then like right at the end, main character Turkey, Owen Wilson Turkey, he like gets back in the time machine and goes back to the future. But, like, it kind of splits reality, I think. It's kind of not really explained. Because then you wind up with, like, at some point, 4 different versions of Owen Turkey.
He wound up in the grand paradox where you probably shouldn't, dick around with the space-time continuum or else you're going to run into multiple versions of yourself.
Yep.
And he's lucky he didn't get time-copped.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Remember that? You ever seen that movie?
I think you made me watch it.
We never watched that one.
Okay, then no, I haven't seen it because it sounds dumb.
Well, whatever. But in Time Cop, if you encounter a past or future version of yourself and you come into contact with it...
They kill you?
It essentially kills you, yeah.
Oof.
And it just completely removes you from the timeline.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's the way that Time Cop decided to address that particular issue.
It's intense.
And it's probably not that far off.
I wonder if he split reality because his teeny little turkey butt couldn't fit into the butt restraint system that this time machine operates through. Instead of a seatbelt, it's got I think it was a posterior restraint system.
Yes.
It's just and it was like when Jake Turkey was sitting in it, they were like, setting, supple. Like mildly sexual for a kid's movie, but butt jokes are also kind of traditional humor in children's stuff.
If there's no butt jokes, then why are you even making a movie? You might as well just write a book at that point.
A fair point.
That's what I said. What I said.
And if you wrote a book, it would be Everybody Poops, and that's already been written. So that's why he makes videos. Everybody Poops some more. That's what I'll write. Jeez. Anyway.
Yes, anyway.
Final version of Owen Turkey brings the Pizza Boy back to the 1600s. And Pizza Boy seems very unfazed by time travel. So again, somehow I feel like Owen Turkey has communicated with the pizza guy that he's going to go back in time.
You know what? They bring back a bunch of pizzas and everything's all cool.
Yep. Ooh. At first, he only comes off with 1 pizza, and you think, like, that's not enough pizza for these people, but then Pizza Boy walks off with, like, 6 more pizzas.
Yeah, he makes a peace offering to the Pilgrims and the Indians, and they both eat a bunch of pizza, and they think, oh, this is actually great. And then this becomes the new Thanksgiving tradition instead of turkey and cranberries and stuffing and all the foods that you would never actually eat at any point in your life other than Thanksgiving. Yes,
which kind of indicate that again things should only be on one timeline.
Yeah. And, I'm not too concerned about eating pizza instead of turkey.
Right?
I think that would actually be a pretty good deal.
I enjoy pizza. I especially enjoyed the cheese pizza that Owen Turkey brought back. And I thought it was kind of funny when they had that one guy trip with all his little buckets of tiny salted fish. Or his bucket of all the tiny salted fish. And
anchovies?
He made the anchovy pizza. His name was Mr. Anchovy. And he made anchovy pizzas. And I was like, oh, this kind of tastes like feet. But also, I'll still eat it. And then they made some, like one of them classic misogynist jokes, like, still better than my wife's cooking. Yeah.
Thank God that this that this movie finally ended at that point because they've jumped enough sharks to
to
tire Jaws out.
Yup.
Good Lord, this movie. And then it finally ends after the credits with this whole big thing about Jake coming back from the future with the time machine because what's his name? The nerd turkey played by Owen Wilson decides he's going to stick in the past because he wants to stay with the lady friend that he met back here.
Yep.
Because she doesn't want to leave the past.
Yep. I like that one of the Owen turkeys, when he comes back in time, did it just to be like, I just wanted us to stop and appreciate how awesome this is.
Oh, this movie had a few points where I thought it was being funnier than it really was.
Just so Owen Wilson could be saying, awesome, awesome, awesome.
Like, there was one point where they break the fourth wall. Him and Woody Harrelson, and they act like they're addressing the audience, and then it does a quick pan, turns around, and it turns out that Woody Harrelson's looking at his reflection in a tire.
Yeah. Talking to him.
Yeah. And
this guy.
It's not really funny at all. It's just kind of dumb. And then they do that again at the end of the movie where... Well, not the end of the movie. It's when Owen Wilson meets a bunch of versions of himself, and they're acting like, oh, this is awesome. I just want us to take a moment and appreciate how nice this is. You know, doing that Owen Wilson bit where it's supposed to be kind of funny and charming, but it's neither of those things.
Yeah. And also, I feel like he says awesome a lot. Kind of like how at the very end, they have George Takei say, oh my. Yeah.
A lot of little nods here and there.
A little Easter egg.
Yeah. And that's the point where the movie finally fizzles out, and thank God for it. And then Woody Harrelson comes back in his time machine and asks him, have you heard about the turducken?
Right.
Because that's still a thing in the future, apparently.
Yep.
They didn't actually stop them from eating turkeys. They just stopped them from being served on Thanksgiving instead of pizza.
Yes, turkeys. So the turkeys are doing okay, mostly better.
But they're still getting...
They're still on the menu.
They're still getting ducks and chickens stuffed up their ass.
Yep. Oof. Oh, yeah. And then that was where it kind of established that they don't understand other animals because the chicken and the duck just kind of, like, quacked and clucked.
Yeah, it was just another moment where we saw that they didn't speak.
Also, they were very small.
English.
But also, Jake, I think, is a huge bird.
Yeah.
I think if it had been between him and Owen Turkey... he would have been the pardoned turkey, whether or not little girl cried.
Oh, if it had been between the two of them, yes, he probably would have been pardoned because he was fat enough for the president's liking.
Yep.
The president didn't want to pardon that turkey because he wasn't fat enough until his daughter kept crying.
Right, and then they're like, "Why are you making your daughter cry?" And he's like, "I'm not." Well, you'd think you'd want to pardon the skinny turkey because then it wouldn't make a good meal anyway.
Well, why don't we go on to our Amazon reviews at this point? We've called a bunch of Amazon reviews. We've called 3 5-star reviews and 3 1-star reviews. And as always, we begin with the 5-star reviews.
Oh, this is coming in for strong opinions.
Yes. This first one is from Tribulation, who says, I like it and I'm 53 years old.
Whoa.
I do not know why folk did not like this movie. I think it's far better than Frozen. My son's 6-year-old son loved it too, and so did my wife. It's funny, there are no lull spots, and most of all, no crappy singing like Frozen has.
Jeez.
Man, this guy really doesn't like Frozen.
Right?
And this next one comes from Gussie, who says, very sweet and touching.
Aww.
I've been waiting on it since I've seen the previews on TV. I'm interested in turkeys, so I had to have it. It's everything I could ask for. Been vegetarian for almost 2 years.
That was all over the place. I mean, I've been vegetarian too, but the turkey thing I feel like is separate. And the way that review was written does not establish that. Am I wrong?
Oh, that was dumb.
Don't lump all the vegetarians in with this weird turkey fetish person.
This is
what?
Well, it doesn't get better from there. It was the last 5-star review. Comes from Christina, who says, "Perfect movie for turkey owners."
5 out of 5. As a pet owner of many As a pet owner of many turkeys, I think I understand more of the jokes in this movies than most people would. Clearly someone understood turkeys very well when putting together this movie. My family loved this and laughed nonstop. if you have turkey at home, you will love this movie.
Wow, they made this movie for a very small niche of people.
Okay, also, honey, Christina, you can't just say, oh, there's all these inside turkey behavior jokes in this movie, and then not give us one of them.
I feel like this warrants more discussion.
Yeah.
You and your turkeys at home, like, do you just have house turkeys?
Many turkeys.
Does she, like, breed turkeys so that she can eat them at Thanksgiving time?
I don't know. Like, I know a vegan who has turkeys. Like,
does she just eat...
keeps them in a coop. Actually, I think he has chickens.
Eats so many turkeys that he has to breed the turkeys to feed his fetish?
Maybe.
To feed his habit?
Maybe.
Okay, let's go on to our one-star reviews now and see what the dissenting opinions look like. And first one comes from MJ, who says, horrible. Well, at least he gets...
point.
Yeah, it doesn't beat around the bush there. The film's story is just garbage. All it is about turkeys trying to stop being made dinner on Thanksgiving. Now, the problem is that turkeys were made by God for human beings who have souls and animals given to us by God to nourish us. He's trying to say nourish. It sounds like this story was written by some left-wing liberal smoking pot at a sit-in while the rest of us work. If you want to save animals, do commercials, not motion picture films with a demographic to kids. This film is brainwashing kids into making kids think food that used to walk and live is bad to eat.
Oh, this guy just has a whole crusade against vegetarianism.
Woo! That was wild, man.
He's going all the way back to Cain and Abel, like God prefers meat.
Goddamn.
He said it once. He's going to say it again.
It's just a turkey, dude. Lighten up.
Put there by God to nourish us.
Our next review comes from Matthew, who says, it's really hard to waste the time of a 6-year. This movie doesn't. I think he was trying to say 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but revisionist history and an hour and a half commercial for PETA.
Revisionist history?
Nothing. It's just a cartoon, my man. Nothing enjoyable about this but the fact that it ends.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's revisionist history and that there wasn't really a turkey war.
No shit, there wasn't a turkey war, but that's not the point. There's no revisionist history in there. It's just a bunch of guys.
They even, I think, got the name of the tribe right at the end, because when they brought in the actual, like, native people, I think they call them the Wampanoag.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's the right tribe.
It's a cartoon, so who gives a shit?
Revisionist history. This is not a history lesson. This is a fucking fiction.
This is a fiction about a time-traveling turkey who meets a woman from another tribe way back in the past, and they get hunted down by crazy pilgrims who are starving because their leader is a fucking fat ass.
Yep. In this cartoon, they didn't need to look at them and imagine them turning into a big roast chicken because they already were.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, our last one-star review comes from Walker, who says, not really worth the time to watch.
It was kind of funny, cute in a way, but the end was the clenched.
I don't know what he's trying to say. The end was the clenched. I think he meant it was the clencher.
Oh. It made light of the real reason the pilgrims, remember them, were celebrating and giving thanks to God. Hence the term Thanksgiving. When they want to give thanks to the turkey, that was the point I turned it off. Thank you, Hollywood, for more anti-God, pro-idolatry propaganda. Woo! That was a lot.
Those negative reviews were off the hinge.
Wow.
Who knew that a cartoon about a bunch of turkeys going back in time could cause people to just lose their shit?
Right?
That was wild.
That was.
Well, Amazon reviews, everybody. That would do.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
That's what I think of those guys. Well, why don't we go on and what did you learn from this movie?
Ooh. I learned that turkeys live underground, under trees.
I learned that grabbing ass is a substitute for a seatbelt.
Oh, yeah, if you do it right. If you set it to supple. I learned that there are blue turkeys and red turkeys and pink turkeys, and that girl turkeys have boobs and eyelashes so that you can tell them as the sexy turkeys.
I learned that pizza delivery boys speak whatever language you need them to.
Right? Especially if they hi first.
They'll know your order. Don't worry about it. They got
you just dial and hang up. They look at your number. They're like, we good.
They got you, bro.
I learned time machines have camo mode. And also are shaped like eggs. Which, I just realized is kind of funny because then the turkeys are coming out of an egg. That's hilarious.
Damn. Well, life lessons from Freebirds, everybody. We learned a few things that we didn't know beforehand. Which is the mark of every excellent movie.
Yep.
So what's your final rating for Freebirds going to be, do you think?
I'm going to give it two guys stuck in a time machine vortex that they didn't get far enough away from. And I'm going to give it 1 supple setting. And also some frozen cannonballs. Definitely watch this movie. It's a lot of fun.
I'm going to give it a broken doorknob from Camp David, a TV remote, and, I think I'm going to give it a sneaky corn cob. Remember in the movie when Jake snuck a corn cob into the pilgrim's hand as he was sleeping?
Oh, yeah.
He did like an Indiana Jones swap.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. Yeah, that was good. That was stylish.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, man, this is a pretty good movie. It's not like going to set the world on fire, but it's enjoyable.
No, yeah, not every movie has to set the world on fire.
No. It's enough that it's kind of average. And for that, I enjoy that this movie wasn't like completely off the rails terrible.
Right.
Because, you watch enough bad movies and you realize, Jesus Christ, what's going on right now? This is, like, you watch enough of them in a row, it kind of messes with your head.
Yeah, you would know.
Yeah. So it helps to watch a few here and there. They're okay. And I think this movie, I don't know why it got such bad reviews. This is very easily like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, like I said.
Apparently it got stormed by a bunch of religious people.
Yeah,
so
but
sometimes they do those crusades against particular movies.
Is that really it? Because there wasn't like there was even that many reviews. Because I went looking online.
Oh, maybe not then.
And there was less than 100 reviews that were negative, and then most of them were positive.
Huh. Then I don't know why it got rated so poorly. Maybe the critics just hate fun.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well, we're in the midst of our Thanksgiving kick right now, so we're looking
at
Thanksgiving kick. Our Thanksgiving kick. And we're going to be looking at a few movies to celebrate the holidays. Of course, this one was the first one. We had to start it off with something that wasn't absolutely terrible. And we're going to start our next one with something that also is not absolutely terrible. Because we're going to watch Dutch next segment.
I swear to God, if you say Dutch...
Come on, Dutch wasn't that bad.
Nah, Dutch isn't that bad. Dutch is fine. Dutch is fine.
Dutch was problematic, but it's not like it's a horrible movie.
No, it's fun. It's kind of like Christmas Vacation, but for Thanksgiving. Yeah. And with 2 people instead of a shitload.
The worst thing about Dutch is that it's like a ripoff. And also, it features a lot of abuse as humor. And it's not like it's just a Homer Simpson variety where he occasionally chokes Bart. It's like the whole movie is based on child abuse.
Right. Child abuse and hitchhiking.
Like the whole movie, not just like one brief little segment.
Yup.
Anyway, we won't talk about it too much right now. We'll get into it when we get into it.
I'll take Dutch as long as you don't try and force Son-in-Law on me again.
No, we're not going to watch Son-in-Law.
All right.
We're not going to watch Son-in-Law. we're going to watch Sweet November.
No, we're not. No. No, 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 no. 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 You can finish this yourself. Done.
Oh, okay. Well, join us next time as we watch Dutch. If you want to follow us on our Twitter handle, where we tweet about the movies we watch, sometimes you can find us at Case of Movie. And of course, you can listen to us on Spotify. You can find a lot of our older episodes on YouTube.
Yeah.
You okay?
I'm processing what I just heard. I'll be honest, I'm not thrilled about it.
Oh, God. I wish Sweet November wasn't 2 hours long.
Can we just do Son-in-Law instead? I'll take that one now.
Oh, God. You have to understand that Sweet November is like one of the worst movies we've ever seen.
It made me so angry. It put me in such a bad mood.
We really have to understand that,
It's the worst.
like this movie, we saw it said, "Oh, Keanu Reeves and Charlize Theron.
How bad could it be?"
Oh, my friend, you have no idea how bad it could be.
Super awful. The worst. I hate this movie. I fucking hate this movie.
Yes.
I hate this movie so much.
It's literally one of the top 5 worst movies we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's saying something because we've watched some real garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how it did it, but it did it.
Bad. It's badly done. Badly written. It's offensive. I hate it. I hate this movie.
And it had a big budget, too.
Right?
It had name actors.
How did nobody look at this movie and be like, no.
Why would you even want to remake this fucking thing? Because it's based on a movie that was already made. It wasn't even that good in the first place.
Woof.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah. Right. We'll get there. I gotta process this.
We'll be back. We'll be back soon. So be sure you join us for Dutch. And if you can locate a copy, it happens to be out of print right now. It's not really showing anywhere. So if you can find a copy someplace, go ahead and try. If you can watch it someplace, find it wherever you can. Maybe check your libraries and stuff, because the libraries a lot of times will have DVDs. So you could probably find it there. I don't know.
Oh, while you're at it, find me a copy of Senseless.
Oh, she keeps going on about Senseless like we're going to watch it anytime soon. I've been trying to find the movie forever, and the only place it's really showing is Cinemax.
A likely story.
I literally did a Google search.
Anyway. Before this liar started lying. Because he doesn't want to watch it.
I never said I don't want to watch it.
No, he never said that. It's a great movie.
That's what you said about Without a Paddle. Without a Paddle
is hilarious, and you know it.
Without a Paddle is pretty bad.
You know it. We still reference foot thumbs.
I think it's because I made it up.
Yep. Because they were using their foot thumbs. Because they were doing things with their feet like their hands.
I started saying it because we were watching Naked and Afraid, and there was a bunch of monkey footage.
Oh no, I'm making things up.
Yes, you are.
Okay, but they do it in this movie, and it's still funny. My point stands, kind of.
Fine. Without a Paddle.
It was because of Naked and Afraid.
Without a Paddle, it's a classic.
He likes to narrate the Naked and Afraid monkeys.
Yeah, I like to make fun of all the people getting harassed by monkeys, and I'll do voiceover for the monkey and go, "Oh, hello, not a human. Why don't you go up this tree and join me? There's lots of food up here. You just have to use your foot thumbs and climb up."
Yeah, it's the best. That show's also fucking funny.
It's too bad we can't get any more of it right now.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's about time for us to head out, so we'll see you soon. Until then, with love from us to you, bye-bye.